Well, howdy doody, man. And it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? The world seems to be full of chaos and virtual signaling, and that's about all. But that's a Femon world for you, isn't it? All about show and tell and no real substance. All about how great they are and what they're going to do, but don't do much of anything. Well, it's doing real well because dating is down. Marriage is down. That's a good thing, because it's only slavery for men marriage. And pregnancies are down as well. And it isn't the patriarchy's fault. It isn't man's fault. It's Femon's fault. But we're not allowed to say that, are we? They're so magical. They walk in a room and they just light the whole room up. Unfortunately, reality is slightly different. But of course, man has got this natural attraction towards Femons. Well, at least he did have. Because the thing is, there's nothing really much real about the modern Femon. They're all fake. They got fake breasts, most of them, lip fillers, clown eyebrows, and a full ton of makeup on their face. And they all look samey, don't they? Ah, well, at least they worked on their personalities anyway. No, they haven't worked on the personalities at all. It's all just show. Superficial crap. One of the worst things I think is the eyebrows that I don't know about you guys, but it gets me. All of them have these clown eyebrows now. I guess they got the orders from the mothership to all have these fake-looking eyebrows. I mean, they don't even attempt to make them realistic anyway. But let's just say you take away all that rubbish on their face and their bodies and God knows what else. And then you got a person with a damn bad attitude, an entitlement up to the hilt. And it's no wonder that men are not approaching these Femons. But you guys must have seen the chaos and virtual signaling wherever Femons congregate. Whatever they get involved in the society and higher up places turns into chaos, doesn't it? All of a sudden it's about something else. And everything is disarray all around them. And's not working. But they still continue to virtual signal how great things are. They've got into politics in greater numbers and become loud. And they turn most of politics into a soap with loads of drama and chaos. Consequently, the important things that should be done aren't being done. But to me, you see, Femons haven't changed all through my life. They can talk a good job. Ben, boy, can they talk. But things haven't changed even when I was a younger man. You're still not allowed to criticize a Femon. Man, it's even worse nowadays, isn't it? And if you can't criticize something that's broken, how can you fix it? For those men out there who stay away from these Femons and pay more attention to their hobbies and their work will be the survivors. Now, being a bachelor many years ago was considered not good.
What's the matter? Can't you get a Femon?
That was what they used to say. You know, the usual shaming tactic. And hopefully the man of today turns around to them and says, yeah, I can get a Femon, I can get loads of them. I just don't want them. Because they're only offering one thing and they're a pain in the ass. Well, I know the Femons are doing real well. They're all models now, making loads of money. And they're showing you how wonderful their lives are by all these different pictures. But in reality, their life is chaos. And they don't really have a life outside of their persona online. The reality is, Femons are doing terrible. But anyway, on a side note, what do you think of this, guys? And I know all the car companies and everything are all going electric. But when you work it out, it isn't going to do the planet that much good. Because they have to make all these batteries now, and they have to use factories to make them, and lithium is running out. And you've got to charge these vehicles, and how are you going to get all the electricity to charge all these vehicles? Well, I guess you'd have to build more plants, wouldn't you? Because at the moment, we don't have that much electricity around, do we? I guess maybe they haven't thought of that one yet. I don't know. There is a car company experimenting with hydrogen, which I think is a far better alternative. And I've read quite a few articles about it. Anyway, in the future, I envision that there's not going to be people owning vehicles anyway. There'll just be a sort of a loop with vehicles going around it, that you just get in and go wherever you got to go. Going for a Sunday drive will be a thing of the past. Well, considering my age, it won't affect me. Have you ever noticed the twist that media puts on when a femme gets killed by a man? They, of course, portray the man as the animal. Then they say nothing good about this person. He's absolutely evil. But the femme is a magical thing. She's so beautiful, so caring, and she lights the room up wherever she went, which obviously isn't reality, is it? This man didn't do what he did just off the cuff, because it's usually in a relationship, isn't it? And a lot of times men don't just snap for no reason, do they? Femmes do. You see that all the time. They go crazy. But there's a reason why the man snapped, and it's usually because of something the femme's done that isn't so sugar and spice and everything nice. But they negate to tell you about that. And I bet you if you did some detective work and could actually do it, you'd find out a big difference. I mean, nobody should kill anybody, no matter what sex they are. But it's the way the media hides the reality of what the femme was really like is more concerning, because it could fool the younger brain. Us older guys know the truth about femmes. We know how deceitful and liars they are, and how mostly everything about them is for show and just virtual signaling. When a femme's been married 15 years and her husband dies, she doesn't appear to date for at least a year or even 2. But in reality, she's probably seen somebody in a week. Unfortunately, I've seen that quite a few times in my lifetime. But it's all hidden until a certain time has passed, you know. It's all about show. Well, I've never been really into gardening, but there seems to be far more garden tools around today than there ever was. If you know what I mean. You take it easy, guys.